Number one, the first reason that David praises God is he praises God for his protection. David is probably one of the most recognized men in the Bible.
Come on now.
Not only did David play an important role in the Old Testament, but many will agree with me that David faced some of the same struggles and some of the same issues that you and I face today. David has, the Bible says, an encounter with the Philistine Goliath. Goliath was a Philistine, the Bible says, who was bigger than David. He was stronger than David. He was more trained than David. He was more armored than David. But David, on the other hand, he was smaller than Goliath. David was less trained than Goliath. David didn't have no armor. The Bible says that David was a shepherd. He was a shepherd who had been raised in the fields among the animals and their stink. David came from nothing, but he was able to win the victory with a slingshot and a rock. In other words, it does not matter how small or how unequipped you may seem. When God has laid his hand upon you, no devil in hell can stop you. No devil in hell can hinder you, because the Bible says in Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 30 that one can chase 1,000, but two can put 10,000 to flight. David begins to face Goliath, and not only does David face Goliath, but he gets victory over Goliath, and he moves on now to where he becomes the harp player of Saul. The Bible says that David was anointed by God to play, and when he was in the court of King Saul, the Bible says the more that David played, the more jealous that King Saul became. So now David begins to play, and King Saul begins to plot that he would kill David. You must understand there are some people that are in your circle who are not happy about where God is taking you. They are not excited because of the gifts and the talents that you have. They're not excited because of the anointing that God has given you. They're not trying to celebrate you. They're not trying to encourage you. As a matter of fact, if the truth be told, I'm not really even trying to be seen. I'm not really trying to even be praised. I've just been anointed by God. I don't care how much you do for them. I don't care what you give unto them. They will never be satisfied. There's some people around you. They are there only because of what they can get from you. And now after they get what they can get from you tonight, not only do they get what they can get from you, but they're on to the next person to get what they can get from you. And David praises God. So now David praises God for his restoration. God is in the business of restoring everything. He's in the business of restoring everything that the cankerworm and the and the locusts have eaten. When we look in the Old Testament, we find that sickness and disease came sometimes as a result of sin. It was in the Old Testament that we find that when we sin, God calls sickness and famine and disease to hit lives. And sometimes there are situations that we face and we don't really understand why we're going through it. We don't really understand the purpose behind it. But Job says, when I have gone through, when I have been tried, I shall come forth as pure. There's some people in this house. There's some people in this house that God says that when you come out of it, you shall be valuable. When you come out of it, you shall have some worth. When you come out of it, you shall be wealthy and prosperous. There's some of you in here tonight, you're in it. You don't really understand why you're in it. You're in it. You don't really understand why you're in it. There's some of us even in here tonight, some of the situations that we're in, that were caused because of unhealthy relationships, unfruitful relationships. Prophesy to somebody and tell somebody no more distractions. So now we come to the third reason why David praises him. He praises God for the acts, his supernatural acts. David he had encountered many near-death experiences. They were the unwanted, uninvited, unasked for kind of experience. They came out of nowhere. David was a righteous man. He was a righteous man, and he did not allow death to discourage him because he knew his standing with God. He knew where he stood with God. Let me take a moment to tell you, when you know you're standing with God, when you know your place in God, I don't care what the devil says, I don't care what the devil does, nothing can hinder you, nothing can knock you down, nothing can knock you backwards, because I know my standing with God. Because of the identity of God. David understands the holiness of God. David says, I've got to separate myself. I've got to separate myself from the unclean thing. If I want God, if I want all that God has for me, I've got to separate myself. I've got to make up in my mind that I'm going to be committed with God. I'm going all the way with God. I cannot allow anything, anybody to deter me from getting to the place called destiny. That's why God says, that's why your circle has changed. That's why God had to push people out of your life. That's why God had to drive some people out of your life, because they were going to distort your vision. And the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 18 that where there is no vision, the people will perish. In other words, where there is no vision, there is no life. But God tells me to tell somebody that I'm restoring your vision. I'm giving you Holy Ghost 2020. I'm giving you spiritual 2020. That you can take the devil. You can see the devil. You can understand the schemes and the plots of the devil. Paul now begins to tell us that I would have you, brother, be not ignorant of Satan's devices. God says, I'm giving you the kind of vision that you now can understand my will and the purpose that I have for your life. My vision gives me direction. My vision is my spiritual GPS. So now God says, I've got to separate you from those who are trying to take you off course. Get up from that place called lullaby. Empower you to get up. God, I got to preach. Look at somebody and prophesy and tell them, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. I'm going to go say, hey, slow down. I got to go back home. Slow down. It's time for me to get higher. It's time for me to go higher. You've been dead, I'm almost dead. I'm tired of this. It's time for me to make friends with people that got substance. It's time for me to make friends with people who got something to give me. The Bible says, let the dead bury the dead. I don't know about you, but I've been dead for a long time. I don't know about you, but I've been dead for a long time. But I made a promise when 2014 came in. I'm getting up from where I was. I'm prophesying to my own self. If no prophet come in my life, if nobody lay hands on me, I'm calling myself out of the grave. I'm calling myself out of the grave. I'm telling the grave to loose me and let me go. Loose me and So now, I'm almost done. So now we come to the fifth reason that David praises God. He praises God for his sufferings. David praised God, in other words, for the things that he went through. If the truth be told, some of us, we done been hell and back. If it's not one thing, it's another. We've been frustrated and aggravated. We've been misused and taken advantage of. But God tells me to tell you, I'm about to turn it in your favor. I'm about to turn every negative into a positive. The God that we serve is the kind of God that he will turn everything that the devil meant for our bad and turn it around for my good. So now, what I've been going through is necessary for my breakthrough. What I'm going through is necessary for my testimony. I can't deliver myself. I cannot bring myself out. But I've got to go through it. So now David says, I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praise shall continually be in my mouth. Everything around me is a mess. Everything around me is chaotic. Everything around me seems like it's falling apart. But in the midst of what I'm going through, I still got peace. In the midst of what I'm going through, I still will bless the Lord. Have you ever been in the kind of situation that in the middle of what you're going through, it looks dead to everybody else, but you're the only one that can see it life? It looks like it's falling apart to everybody else, but you see it jointly put together. God told me to tell somebody that my hand is in it. God told me to tell somebody that the devil meant for bad, I'm about to turn it around for you. You thought that God hadn't left you. You thought that God hadn't ran off and left you. But the devil is a liar. God told me to prophesy to somebody and tell you in this house tonight, at the temple of praise, that I won't let nothing separate me from the love of God. I won't let nothing disrupt my peace. What caused me to be distracted in 2013? What caused me to be distracted in 2012? What caused me to be distracted in 2011? What caused me to be distracted in 2018? It won't distract me in 2014. Because God told me to tell somebody that I will keep you in perfect peace if your mind is stayed on me. Look at somebody